लेके आए हैं। सभी को प्रणाम करते हुए सभी का स्वागत भी करती हूँ और आज बहुत उत्साहित हूँ और मैं ये कहूँगी कि आज थोड़े सहमे से है हम दोनों, क्योंकि ऐसा होता है जब भारतीय परंपरा के अनुसार जब गुरुजन आते हैं ना तो बोलती बंद हो जाती है और सुनना और कुछ सीखना ये पहली प्रायोरिटी रहती है। ONPASSIVE, a gigantic company. I will claim it that we all know very well about the founding position, the importance of founding position. But the position which he has achieved is truly unparalleled. High regards to him by everyone on every platform, and whenever we listen to him, it was a great knowledge gaining for us. It's indeed a winning game in every respect. Today we, in this wake up talk show by Rekha Makan and Mamta Kulkarni, we are bringing today a very special show for you all that you should definitely get some knowledge today. We have invited a very great leader, a very great global leader, Mr. Michael Williams from Canada. आज के इस शो में हम ये नहीं कहेंगे कि हमारे कुछ क्वेश्चंस ही होने चाहिए। आज हमें जितना भी ग्रहण करना होगा वो अगर हम ग्रहण करते हैं तो आगे के लिए कुछ सवाल बचेंगे ही नहीं। विजन अलोंग विथ द विनिंग गेम, ये जो एक जर्नी है शायद 2018 से शुरू हुआ था मिस्टर माइकल विलियम्स जी का, 2018 एंड ओनली 2 वीडियोस। ये जो एक बात है इसको आज हम रखने जाएंगे और दिस वुड बी एन अमालगमेशन ऑफ द विजन एंड द करंट सिनेरियो. So we welcome Mr. Michael Williams, but before that I would like to hand over this mic to Rekha Makan ji. Rekha ji, आइए, आपका स्वागत है.
Thank you so much, Mamta ji, and thank you so much those who will be watching us live today on Wake Up Talk Show with Mamta Kulkarni and Rekha Makan. And with us is a wonderful leader who has laid the path on ONPASSIVE and have built the history of making ONPASSIVE from the starting, from the very beginning. And he is none other than Mr. Michael Williams, also known as AIM. So yes, welcome to the show. And we would really love, हम मतलब सब दर्शकों से हम जरूर चाहेंगे कि ask the questions, but the right questions, so that we have the right answers for you. So yes, here the stage is on fire and the mic goes to Mr. Michael Williams. All over to you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me, Rekha and Mamata. It's really good to be here on Wake Up Talk Show. You know, we have so many great founders in ONPASSIVE, you know, and the two of you are certainly, you know, no different. I mean, we just have founders after founders after founders that are stepping up, you know, and reaching out there and just spreading the word, you know, and the love of ONPASSIVE. And it's really, really refreshing to see that. You know, ONPASSIVE is such a positive environment in a world that is filled with so much negativity. You know, it's so refreshing. Anytime we can come in to an ONPASSIVE event, a meeting, a webinar, you know, a conversation, it is so refreshing because it's nothing but positivity. And we certainly need a lot more of that. So thank you both so much for what you're doing and how you're spreading the good news about ONPASSIVE. For me, you know, I got started back in summer of 2018. You know, when ONPASSIVE was first introduced to me, you know, we were busy building our business, Automatic Internet Millionaire. And, you know, at first, you know, we thought, you know, this is just another one of those. Because, you know, we're bombarded with so many different things, different opportunities, you know, over the years. And so at first we dismissed it. You know, we didn't take the time to review the 2 videos. We just says, It's not necessary. We've got what we're doing. We're in the business of changing lives. And, our goal was to help as many people as possible, to gain the success that they're looking for, especially on the internet. And so that's what we were doing. We've decided a long time ago that, if for people to truly be successful, you have to do it for them. It's very difficult to say, okay, well, marketing, sales. So just teach us how to sell, teach us how to market, teach us how to advertise, teach us how to do all that. And then, we'll be able to go out there and do it ourselves. And we've tried that. We've actually tried to teach others what we know, impart our knowledge onto them, for them to take that and run with it and be able to help themselves and their family. And, it has not worked, because what we figured out is that you can't duplicate you. A lot of people run around, oh yeah, duplication. You cannot duplicate you. There isn't another person like myself. There isn't another person like Mamata. There isn't another person like Reka. There isn't another person like Ashmafar. There isn't another person like you. There just isn't. No matter how much you try to give them all that you have, right? Teach them. There just isn't, right? And that's part of the problem. So we know that a person can, go to university, they can study marketing, all of that. They can come out, get a marketing job, and they go build a career being a marketer. We know that. But there are many people who have not gone to school for marketing. They don't have the skill, they don't have the know-how, and yet they jump into a business that requires them to be a marketer. And then we wonder why these people fail, right? So I realized that in order to truly help people, you have to do it for them. And you as an individual cannot do it for them. You have to create systems, right? This is where technology comes in, right? You have to be able to use technology to simplify things, to automate the process so that everyone can win. That's what is needed, right? So for example, let's say you're a great presenter, okay? You don't have someone else come up and present that isn't a great presenter. You're not going to get the same result as if you, who's the great presenter, is able to present the information. But what if you can record yourself, right? And this is what people started to do back in the day. We would make these videos, VHS. And so people just have to plug in a VHS and then they'll be able to see the presentation, right? Then we went to DVDs, And then here comes the internet, right? Where you can actually be on the internet using a product like Zoom, right? And be able to broadcast to the world, right? People all around the world can now see and hear that presentation from the source, and now you're able to deliver the message that you want to. So here we are looking at ONPASSIVE, and then because so many people kept coming to me with the information, I'm saying, you know what, maybe there's something here. Maybe I should really take a look at it, right? And so I sat down, spent the time, watched the entire 2 videos that Mr. Ashmafar created, and I was blown away. I was like, wow, here is someone that is as if he was in my head, as if he was thinking what I was thinking. So I quickly resonated with the message that he had and what he wanted to do. So I jumped in. And when I jumped in, I immediately wanted to bring as many as I could with me because I wanted them to experience the success that I believed anyone who joined would have. So I went to work. I didn't keep it to myself. I didn't want only me to succeed. I wanted as many people from around the world, whether you're in India, whether you're in Bangladesh, whether you're in Cameroon, South Africa, the Caribbean, it didn't matter where you were. I wanted you to be able to experience success because I knew the stats. I knew the numbers. I knew that there's billions with a B, billions of people out there that are struggling in life, billions of people that could use a helping hand. And finally, I saw something that could actually do it. I finally saw something that, listen, if this man, Ashma Farah, is able to do what he says he's going to do, build what he says he's going to build, create what he says he's going to create, we have the winning solution. Finally, we have the winning solution. And so we began that journey. And in the first 6 months, we had 10,000 people got on board. 10,000. Like, wow. There are companies today that don't even have 10,000 members. And we had 10,000 in the first 6 months. And that quickly jumped to 50,000 by the end of 2019. And over 400,000 by the end of 2020. Even though there was a pandemic going on, we still had thousands upon thousands of people. Because guess what? The pandemic impacted so many people around the world. So many people lost loved ones. So many people lost their lives. But in spite of all of that, life still continues. People are still looking for a way because many lost their jobs because of the pandemic, right? So people still have to find a way out. How can I help my family? What can I do? I'm looking for something. I'm joining these different businesses, but every step of the way, just when I think I found one, it disappears. Just when I say, okay, this is the last one, I put my money in, they run off with my money. What are people to do? Is there a business that they can trust? Are there people out there that really, really care about others and not just themselves? That they are willing to do it or die. They're willing to put all the hard work in, do what it takes so that everyone can succeed. Are they willing to go up against the corruption that exists in society? Are they willing to take all the risk? And that's exactly what ONPASSIVE meetings. You don't need to drive across town to do no presentations. You don't need to chase your family and friends for anything. You don't need to spend time convincing anyone about anything. You don't need to buy products that's going to fill up your garage. You don't need to go buy no pills and lotions and potions, things that most people don't even need or use. None of that. That's what ONPASSIVE is. It's a business where you don't need any of that. It's a business that doesn't matter whether you're tall or short. It doesn't matter if you're skinny or big. It just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you've got a university degree. It doesn't matter if you have a grade 8 education. It just doesn't matter what your religion is. It doesn't matter the color of your skin, because at the end of the day, we're all the same. There's only one race. I know people talk about races, but there's only one race, right? It doesn't matter about any of that stuff. What matters is that you have a desire. What matters is that you took action. You made the decision to get involved, to join, to be in. And that's why we say you got to be in it to win it. Because you can't rely on the government, folks. Your government is not going to help you. Even when they say they're helping you, they're not helping you, right? They're not. You can't rely on the banks, because guess what? You have to have money in order for the bank to help you. Does that make sense? The people who need the help from the banks are not helping them because they say, well, you have no money, so I'm not going to lend you any money. Right? Oh, but because you have money, okay, we're going to lend you more money. So you can't rely on the banks. There's so many people around the world are what we call unbankable. They don't even have a bank account. You can't depend on your boss, right? You have a job, the boss will fire you just like that. They're not term wealth. They're going to use you as much as they can to profit. So who do you rely on? This is the challenge that we've faced over the years, folks. And finally, we found a company that we can rely on ONPASSIVE, because ONPASSIVE says what? ONPASSIVE says we have created CATMO, C-A-T-M-O, CATMO. We have created a complete automated business, which includes targeted traffic, so that you can make money, so that you can change the lives of others, so that you can help yourself and your family, so you can have the basic necessities in life, so that you can have clean water, you can have proper food on your table, you can have affordable housing, right? You can help your community, you can uplift your community, right? You can make a difference in people's lives. That's what ONPASSIVE is about. That's what CAPMO is about. Yes, there are businesses out there who have technology, right, that are used to automate businesses, but they don't even provide the traffic. They don't provide the visitors, the potential customers. You have to go find them. And that's why you have to go chase your family and friends. Say, hey, I just joined this new business. Come on in, come buy from me. Right? We know people can't recruit. We're not recruiters. There are professional people that are recruiters, headhunters, right? That's not the majority of us. What are we? We're carpenters, we're doctors, lawyers, engineers, we're nurses, right? Dentists, we're electricians, right? General laborers. That's who we are. Okay, that's who we are. And so we shouldn't expect that we, being as such, are able to go out there and sell. It just doesn't work, folks. Think about that. It doesn't work. When you have a supermarket in your neighborhood, does the supermarket have to send people out there to try and sell you stuff? No. You just walk into the supermarket and you pick up what you want, you go pay for it, and you leave the store. You're happy because you got what you want, and the owner of that supermarket is happy because they made some sales and they didn't have to do anything. That's your ONPASSIVE business. Your ONPASSIVE business is such that you have real products that people will walk into by way of traffic to your site, and they will buy without you having to sell them anything. And they walk away happy with the products that they purchased, and you are happy because you made sales, because those sales in turn put money in your pocket. You see how that works, folks? That's your ONPASSIVE business. Your ONPASSIVE business is such that you don't just have one product, because if I only have one product, okay, take Zoom as an example, right? One product. So if someone comes to Zoom and says, you know what? I want to be able to buy a domain name because I want to create a website to promote my business. Zoom says, sorry, I can't help you. So you just lost a customer, right? Someone comes and says, well, you know what? I was looking for an online learning platform because I want to be able to teach children math. And they come to Zoom, and Zoom says, well, you know, you can do a webinar, but it's not really a teaching platform, you know? So, oh, here goes another customer, right? Someone else comes and says, well, I was looking for some traffic. I want to be able to send traffic, visitors, potential customers to my website, but I want it to be targeted traffic. Can you help me, Mr. Zoom? And Mr. Zoom says, no, sorry, there goes another potential customer. You understand? ONPASSIVE says that we're going to create all that people need on the internet. If we don't have it, it's because you don't need it. It may be a want, but it's not something that you need. So when someone comes and says, hey, we want to promote our business, ONPASSIVE says, yes, we have targeted traffic. When someone says, I want to teach a course, ONPASSIVE says, yes, we have Academy. Someone says, I want to buy a domain name because I want to go build a website, right? So people know where to find me on the internet. ONPASSIVE says, yes, we can help you. So you see how many people ONPASSIVE can help, right? You see how many areas that we can impact. A company says, well, I have this human resource system that I use, but it's kind of outdated. We're looking for something that's more infused with artificial intelligence, as that's the way of the future. ONPASSIVE says, yes, we can help you. Let's introduce you to old staff. You understand, folks? This is what ONPASSIVE is doing. And guess what? Someone has to profit. Someone has to make the money. ONPASSIVE says, we don't want to be the ones that's profiting and making the money. We want to be able to share that, because that's how we can impact people's lives. That's how we can help people to purchase affordable housing. That's how we can make sure that there's clean water in every single neighborhood, by empowering people, right? By putting money in people's pockets so that they can go do the things in life that is needed. So many people are going to bed hungry at night. So many people are worrying about being robbed. So many people are worrying about all the ills. I'm just trying to get to, America because I want a safer environment. And people are doing that and end up in the wrong place, being abused, being taken advantage of. And all they were trying to do was to rescue their families, put their families in a safer environment. ONPASSIVE says, wherever you, we can help you. We can help you. People that have use for them, income is generated, revenue comes in, and we can share the revenue with all those involved. You see how simple that is, folks? That's what ONPASSIVE is. ONPASSIVE is going to help you. It's going to help me. It's going to help us. All of us are going to win with ONPASSIVE. And that's why I'm here. That's why I'm involved. That's why I'm so confident. That's why I'm assured that every single person in ONPASSIVE will win. That's why I have confidence that every single customer that comes and purchases our products, they're going to walk away feeling happy. They're going to be satisfied with what they will receive, because ONPASSIVE is making sure that it over-delivers on the value that is being produced in these products. ONPASSIVE is ensuring that when we sell a product, it's going to be cost effective. We're not going to gouge people. We're going to give people more than what they were expecting. Because you know what that does? It makes people happy. It puts a smile on people's face. Wow. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. That's what we have in ONPASSIVE. From the top down, everyone. We've created that culture over the years. We've had the time, as the company's building everything, we've had the time to educate and train and help nurture that positive mindset. And so when you have hundreds of thousands of people with that positive mindset, nothing but good, nothing but greatness can come from that. And that's what we have in ONPASSIVE. So I encourage you out there today, if you are not a part of ONPASSIVE, you need to get in. Get in. You can get a free account. No one is charging you any money. Just get a free account. Get in. See what all the buzz is about for yourself. For yourself. All right? If you are already in ONPASSIVE, take the time to get to know your business. Log into your ecosystem. Okay? Use the free products that are there. There are multiple free products that you can use with real, folks, there are companies out there charging money for these products that we have that is free. Companies out there charging for it, hundreds of dollars. And in some cases, thousands of dollars. Okay? And ONPASSIVE says, come on in, and you can experience it for free. Try it, test it out. Give us your feedback. And we have millions of customers that's doing that right now. And we haven't opened the door to sell as yet. Look all around. Look all around, and you'll see ONPASSIVE. Because ONPASSIVE is the last. ONPASSIVE is the only company that you will ever need if you're looking for a financial change in your life. And if you're looking to build your business, if you're looking to make your business more efficient, right? If you want to grow your customer base, all you need is ONPASSIVE to assist you with that. We will have the tools that is needed. And again, if we don't have it, if ONPASSIVE doesn't have it, it's not something that you need. Back to you, Amata.
Oh, wow. I don't have any words. Rather, no one should have any words. And oh my God, it was too real. ONPASSIVE is a real company, and you are talking right from your soul. I was thinking that only few of them are, or majority of them have dismissed the proposal first, and then they have entered and they have accepted ONPASSIVE, and they have tried to understand ONPASSIVE. But it was a surprise to me to listen to that you were also thinking about it, that it must be one of the company which is existing at that time, which was existing, and then for internet marketing, of course. So yes, it was a wonderful sharing that those who want to be successful, we should do something for them, because right now I am in that state that to whomsoever we are approaching, they might not be having that vision, or they might not be in need to do something and to be successful. So they dismiss the proposal. But those who really want to achieve something and to be successful, they immediately think for the ONPASSIVE. That was one of the part. And really, I like that statement, that duplication we cannot do, because every individual is an unique person, and his personality or her personality means a lot. But yes, we have to teach them. And I will pay a high regards over here on the behalf of every founder, that Mr. Ash Mufarah has transformed each one of them vision wise, and he has turned the people from me to us, because everyone was thinking about my phone, my iPhone, my laptop, my car, my Bangalore. No, it's for everyone, and we are here to uplift the humanity. You were talking about the pandemic. Yes, many of them have understood the online platform and importance of online platform, because they were majority of the time they were working on the online platforms. Yes, but desire and the decision is the key word to make you successful. It was too real. Why I am telling you, when you were explaining the thing, that education system and O Connect, I myself, I'm not promoting myself, I'm just telling you my view about it. I am an Indian classical vocalist, and I have tried many platforms to get the students, to make my global community of the students. But every platform, I used to pay them, they used to give me some students, but the students of a very short span of time, 1 or 2, because Indian classical music is not only to sing with the throat, it needs the even the brain. So that was a tough part to continue a majority of them. But now I am very relaxed, because I can do whatever I want to do. I having Academy to establish my course. I'm having O Connects to communicate to them, and I have a targeted traffic by our domain. So my entire problems, where I was just now revolving around it, that the students, maintenance of students, the platform, and the targeted traffic, now it's over. I can just focus on my creative activity and uplifting my global customer base or global students. So it was wonderful, Mr. Michael. I don't have the words. I thank you word is very less for today's session, but I would like to listen from from Ms. Rekhaji also.
What a great journey. It started with only 2 videos, Mamtaji. I have goosebumps. And honestly, working with the topmost brands, I used to boost, and I used to say, hey, I work with, so-and-so company. I work with British Airways. Oh my goodness, the 6-digit salary. And when this pandemic happened, Mamtaji, I remember we were in the, the room, the chamber, and we were being asked to ask the employee to leave the company.
Oh,
who had served for maybe 10, 15 years, and they were in the top, top designation and posts. And when that happened, we were all in tears. I believe most of the airlines went bankrupt as well. Not because they were bankrupt, but because they did not want to pay the salaries of the employees. And we had seen the worst situation being with the airlines, being with where everything was being closed for these 2 years. We not only lost the job, we also lost the hope. And that was the moment when this big ONPASSIVE came into life. And honestly, it changed me completely, because there was not only the hope, but this is going to change the the mentality and the thought process of the human being, the humanity. We being human, we always talked about humanity, right? But did we ever see where it is? The word can be used.
yes.
Humanity is a big word to be used. But did we ever do that? No, because the status which we were in, everyone were, we were not able to fulfill our own needs. How could we think about the others? That's the one thing being changed in these 3 years for me, Mamtaji.
Wow.
And Michael Williams. It's really like, I still have, and I can
Yes.
feel that when you speak about ONPASSIVE and when you use those words coming from those 2 videos, the faith, the belief system that today we hold for ONPASSIVE, nobody ever had thought about it. Had few of those companies, those are billion, trillion, and whatever we can call them, had thought about few of the hundreds or thousands of people, I'm sure the 95%ers and the 5%ers, the difference would not have been in as of
Yes.
today. ONPASSIVE is going to change that. It may be 60-40, it may be 50-50, it may be more, it may be 80-20, right? So that is something I am dreaming about now. Thank you
Wow.
so much. And I really want to ask one question here. From those 2 videos to today, when we stand and we type in onpassive.com and the number of, or hashtag ONPASSIVE, the number of videos we have, 90%, 99% is only positive. So now what is the situation and where we stand so strong, as well as the people who would be coming and joining us? What situation would be, as in just, I really want to know, like maybe, perception, like what change may it bring from 95 and 5% to how
5%.
much do you think would be the difference in the line of that that we are today?
Yeah, so certainly, when you go back to 2018, to the early days, there were a lot of skepticism, back in those days. A lot of people, didn't think that we would be here 5 years later, right? So you had that, but jump forward now, right? When so many have seen the progress, right? They've seen the progression, right? They've seen, okay, all right, office in Hyderabad, you have all, hundreds of employees, they have to get paid, right? They're not working for free, okay? You see the high level, the high caliber of employees that the company have employed. Then you start to see all this partnerships that's going on. With being in sports, you see what's going on there around the World Cup. You see all the light shows on Burj Khalifa. Millions of people see these things. The naming of the station, the metro station there in Dubai. All the billboards. All the advertising, all the efforts that's there to help brand the company, to see governments aligning themselves with ONPASSIVE, You see social influencers, that have millions of followers, and they're jumping into ONPASSIVE. It's not just daydreamers that are in ONPASSIVE. You have some wealthy people who see the potential and see where this is going and want to be part of that change, that positive change in society. And they're aligning themselves with ONPASSIVE. ONPASSIVE is touching a lot of different industry, not just one particular sector. So that means, your market, right? That it means that you have opened yourself to so many people around the world, where I believe that the approximately 8 billion people that's on this planet today will have a reason to take a look at ONPASSIVE. They will. Not everybody has a reason to take a look at Apple. Not everybody has a reason to take a look at Microsoft. You understand? Not ever have a reason to, right? But in ONPASSIVE, because of the model, because of what we're building, what we're creating, how people are resonating with what we have to offer, you have a situation where every single person will have at least one reason, at least one, right? To take a look at what this company is doing. Because when they start to see the impact on society, when they start to see people being uplifted, when they start to see poverty levels going down, not eradicating it, not getting rid of it, okay? But certainly making a dent in it. When people start to see positive changes in their communities, their local communities, when we start to see that, it's going to have a ricochet effect. Okay? It's going to create a viral effect where it becomes contagious like a virus, right? If COVID impacted the world in the way it did, think of what ONPASSIVE is going to do, the impact it's going to have on the world at large. That's what we're going to see in ONPASSIVE. When people are able to walk into a store and buy what they need without being concerned about, oh, I can't afford that. Let me get the cheaper brand. I need medication, but I can't afford to get the proper medication. So let me get the bootleg version or the generic version, or you understand? People are able to now start to buy quality and not just buy junk. A lot of people go to grocery stores and they're not buying the fruits and vegetables. They're not buying the things that's going to give them the proper nutrients, the proper vitamins and minerals that they need to flourish in society. To make, that child needs proper nutrients in order for them to think, to be able to function when they go to school, to learn better, all these things, right? When you have the money to be able to walk into the store and be able to buy the proper things that you need in life, it makes a huge difference on your community. When people have access in their communities, it makes a difference. Instead of seeing crime rate continue to rise, it will go down when people have access, when people have a viable, a real way to go out there and generate an income. People will do that, right? But when people have no hope, when there's no chance for them, when they think that, my life is not worth anything, so I'm going to go out there and rob and steal and commit crime and do all manner of evil because I have no hope. It doesn't matter what happens to me tomorrow. It doesn't matter. I'm just living for today, right? The reason why we save towards retirement is because we have a hope that we will live to see retirement, right? But if I don't have a hope that I'm even going to live to see 21, I'm going to go out and do all kinds of things without the concern about other people's welfare, right? These are the types of change that we can make as a community within ONPASSIVE. We can make that. When we start to help charitable organizations out there that's doing good, real good, not just lip service, not just for show, but actual people, actual entities that are out there, foundations that are actually helping people, right? When we can assist with that, when we can help support that, when we can start our own projects that will impact people in such ways, when we can create schools and community where learning is needed, when we can start to do these types of things globally, Think of the change, the positive difference it's going to have on society. Now, there are some who don't want to see that because a lot of people make their money from negativity, right? A lot of people make their money from the social ills in society, right? But guess what? ONPASSIVE is bigger than you and me. ONPASSIVE is bigger than Ash Mafara. ONPASSIVE was designed for now. It wasn't, the world wasn't ready. We weren't ready for ONPASSIVE 20 years ago, right? We weren't even ready for ONPASSIVE 3 years ago. No, a lot of us needed to get our minds right. So we had to go through that phase of learning how to be patient, learning how to be kind, right? Learning how to think about others. We had to go through that, right? And that's what has happened with us. And here we are today where we are right. We are ready, where the bulk of the people in ONPASSIVE, now they have that given spirit, right? Now they're looking at other people saying, man, once my business starts to generate the income I'm looking for, yes, I'm going to help myself and my family. I'm going to take care of myself and my family first, but I'm not going to stop there. I'm not going to stop there. I'm not going to stop with just my immediate family. I'm going to reach out and see who I can help. Who can I employ, right? Create jobs in your communities, right? These are the types of things that this company has put and inspired people to be the best versions of ourselves. That's what this company has done. It has inspired us to do just that. And that's where we are right now. And just think how that is going to impact people, how this movement will go viral. Social media will not be able to contain ONPASSIVE. Not be able to. Even that, so many people are fed up of social media, as a matter of fact, because of all the negativity, right? You can have a good technology, but it can be used for good, it can be used for bad, right? That's just life. Everything is like that, right? I can have a knife in my hand and I can use it for good to cut my food, right? To chop down some sticks, whatever, right? Some trees, right? Or I can use it for bad. You understand? It's a choice, okay? And so when you have enough people that's doing good, it's going to far outweigh the bad that will still exist. And that's what I love about ONPASSIVE, that positive change, because we need it. As a world, as a global community, it's something that we need. And that's where we're at right now. We are ready. We are ready.
Wow. Great. ONPASSIVE is ready. Are you? And the main thing is, we are ready for everyone, not for just for our family. And as you said, many businesses are there to uplift themselves. We are here for everyone. And as you said that no government will help you. Yes, even I say, I am proud of my country, but we need the system change in our country. And we are not there, should rely on banks also. Banks are helping you for some loan, but for themselves, they are making the roadmap of the success by repaying by you. So they are doing for them. They are not doing anything for you. ONPASSIVE is doing everything for each one of them on the face of the earth. But my question now is, we openly tell that we are disruptive. And as you said, we are working in each and every profile, each and every facet of the working job profile. Every applications would be there, and we are going to upgrade and update simultaneously. Isn't it even it is disruptive for the governments also?
Absolutely, in so many ways, right? There's multiple ways, and this is why governments are aligning themselves with ONPASSIVE. We're making things easier for them, right? Governments are supposed to be there to help its citizens, right? And so if you have corporations, if you have businesses that are fulfilling that role, it makes government job that much more easier. Okay, government depends on taxpayers' dollars. Government don't have their own money, right? It's you, the taxpayer, right? They take your money and then they supposed to do good with that money, okay? And I'm not anti-government, you know. I just know that most governments, you know, they don't do the best for their people, right? It's a big issue. You know, we're not going to go into all of that, but the point is that, you know, what ONPASSIVE is doing, ONPASSIVE will be able to provide technology that the government can use. ONPASSIVE will be able to help the citizens of a country to uplift their lives, which in turn is going to produce even more tax dollars for the government, for them to potentially do more good in their countries, okay? So, you know, that's why it's a win-win, like it's a complete win. You know, we win as we generate income. The customers, the users, you know, which include us, because we'll be using the products ourselves, right? You know, the customers win as well, right? So you've got we, affiliates, founders, ambassadors, we win, customers, end users, they win, right? Community at large, your city, your village, your country, your government, right? It's a complete win for everyone. Anytime you can put something that is positive, something that's going to stimulate your economy, it's a win for your government. Absolutely it is, right? Now, you know, I'm sure there's going to be some people where it's not a win for them, like I said before, but we're not going to focus on those ones. We're focused on the people in society that actually care and actually want to make a difference. And so when you have access, when you have resource, you're able to do just that, right? You're able to do just that. You're able to assist where assistance is needed, right? Give that helping hand where it's needed, right? Be able to put money in the right projects in society, right? There's so many things that we can do, but you have to have access, right? If you don't have a good job, for example, chances are your family suffers as a result. They're unable to do certain things. For example, let's say you want to put your kids in sports, you know, it costs money. You know, to go play an elite team, it costs money to train that child, etc. You want to send your child to university, it costs money, right? To give them the proper education that they'll need to then be able to go and be employed in a proper job. Costs money. They want to learn a trade. It costs money, right? So we need money for these things. You want to go buy a home, you need money, right? You want to have a car so you can get around, a bike so you can get around. You know, it costs money. Where does all this money come from? You understand? So we have to be able to produce proper things so that consumers can consume, right? Consumers, right? They consume, users, right? So we want to be able to do all this, you understand? So that way everyone wins. ONPASSIVE is not about ONPASSIVE winning. ONPASSIVE is about everyone, collectively, everyone wins, which includes our government.
Wow, thanks a lot. But don't you think so that we can create a parallel government?
Well, we're not going to talk about politics because I have some weird ideas about that.
Yeah.
But
We can bring a change, right?
Yes,
we can
we
bring
are.
a change.
Yes.
We are here to correct everything which is
Yes.
which is not
Sure.
correct as if for today.
Yes.
So
No.
we can build a better world, with the
better
correct
version, and we are there to change. Like I have that perception that there are so many countries and there are so many issues in between the countries. We will leave those things, but you know, hats off to Mr. Ash. He has integrated all the countries the way he has integrated the applications and the tools. And all 210 plus countries are integrated on one word, that is humanity.
Mhm.
And he is really integrated, and all of them are really just now on online, digitally, wherever we meet, we talk. It's one family of ONPASSIVE. That is a commendable thing right now in any business sector. So
Sure.
it was wonderful, and I wish that, yes, politics is not our cup of tea, but now with the system, we want to build a system where the system should be corrected. But in our India, there is an issue regarding the system. Many of the youth icons, they are migrating to different countries like US, Canada, Australia, UK. Not only for the dollars or the pounds, but a great affection and attraction for the high standard living.
Mhm.
I think so. Some of them are compelled to do so. Many of them, they can, if they want, of course, they can live anywhere. It's their own choice. But many of them, they are compelled because of their family responsibilities.
Mhm.
So I think so. It is a big opportunity to them to come back to their own country and be with
Well,
their own family.
let me say this, right?
Yes.
The grass is not always greener on the other side. Okay. If you want the grass to be greener, you just need to water it more. Okay, so you can stay at home, and water your grass, and your grass is going to look lovely. It's going to be the best grass ever. If you feed it, give it nice fertilizer, get rid of the weeds, all of that stuff. Make sure there's plenty of water, nourish it, and it will grow. And so the youth in various countries, because it's not just India. This is why, in almost every country you have immigrants, right? So America, the United States, Canada, there are a lot of immigrants, people who immigrated to those countries. And so they did that looking for a better way of life. But also keep in mind that in those countries, the cost of living is also greater. Okay, so it does balance it out. So, you may be in India and you're doing well, on $20,000 US per year, let's say. Whereas someone in the US, $20,000 US, you're below the poverty level. Okay, but that's because of the cost of things. In Canada, at least where I am, I don't think you can buy a home for less than $1 million. I don't think so. It doesn't mean that you're getting a mansion. It doesn't mean that, right? It's just a basic home. But the cost of things are so much higher. Food prices have gone through the roof. The gasoline that we have to put in our cars is so expensive. There's a balance to it. The secret really, if there is such a thing, is to be able to help your local community. Okay. And this is what's going to happen with ONPASSIVE, in that doesn't matter where you are, you don't need to travel in order to get it. You can stay right there in India, right there in Pakistan, Bangladesh, Europe, Africa. It doesn't matter where you are, you can stay right there and build up your community by stimulating that economy. You need to stimulate the economy, not in a false way, not by printing money and putting money into the economy. No, okay? You have to create jobs. You have to employ people. When people have hired lands, can't get a job because I'm overqualified, can't get a job because I'm underqualified, can't get a job because no one is hiring. If you can stimulate the economy by creating jobs for people, that's how you uplift that community. Because if I have, there's no need for me to look at you and take what you have. There's no need for that. If I have, there's no reason for me to be jealous of what you have. You understand? We will get rid of, again, we're not going to solve everything. Please don't take it the wrong way. We're not going to eradicate this and eradicate that, and there's not going to be no more homeless people in the world, and everyone's going to have a job. We're not saying any of that. But we will be able to make a difference. We will be able to make a positive change we will be able to make a dent. And because so many countries are plagued with crime. Okay, crime exists because of lack. You understand? There's a lack of financial resources. So people turn to crime. A lot of people would not commit crime if they had a proper job. Because you have people who have jobs and they still commit crime, right? Okay, but if people had a proper job, you know, the crime level would go down. Again, certainly not get rid of it, but it would go down. If you had affordable housing, where, okay, you know, like, why is this house, you know, why does my house cost $1 million? Why can't I have a house that costs $200,000? Right? We're not saying for free, but let it be affordable though. And a lot of times it's because of the markup, the profit that these companies take, right? And this is why we're producing products that will be cost effective. We don't need to charge you $6,000 US a month for a webinar platform. It's not necessary. It doesn't cost that, right? We don't need to, you know, you want to send your child to a private school, we don't need to charge you $40,000 a year for that private school, right? But what they do is they'll charge some $40,000, and then others who can't afford it, they charge them $10,000. You understand? So the $40,000 is kind of, you know, balancing out for those who can't afford it. Right? There's a lot of games that's been played in society, but the bottom line is we can make a difference. We as ONPASSIVEians, we can make a difference based upon what this company is going to do for us. It is putting us in a position where we get to win. And when we win, we help others win. And that's how you make a difference in society. All right.
Wow, what a lovely message, that grass is greener at another side. And you know, Mr. Michael, since many years, I was searching one number, which is very less to US. And thank you for answering that. And you know what I'm talking about. Thank you very much. Over to Rekha ji.
Yes, grass is not green on the other side, but we can create the plant on our side slowly and gradually, then water it with humanity, bring the change to the world that the world is looking for. So it will start from me, it will start from you, it will start from every individual on ONPASSIVE. And this is how we will create the Eden that we have always been dreaming of.
Yes.
That's what I feel, and this is going to happen for sure. Wow, what is amazing, what an amazing, you know, like the day for today, when we have Michael, we have you with us. And honestly, the more we talk about ONPASSIVE, the more we want to talk about ONPASSIVE, and the more we are involved in ONPASSIVE. And it is creating the change in every individual. That is, no matter, it can be a negative impact, a positive impact, but somehow or the other, the attraction between the negative and the positive is, you know, somehow connecting to each other. And one day, when everything becomes positive, negative will always get attracted to the positive, and the world will actually change. No matter in political point of view, no matter in educational point of view, no matter whichever field we would be, because the correction is right here with ONPASSIVE.
Yes.
Wow, that's what I feel.
Wow, wonderful. Another aspect of you and me connecting together with Wake Up Show with Rekha Makkan and Mamta Kulkarni. Thank you very much. Rekha ji, please proceed over.
Yes, now the final message that we would like to hear from you, because your time is valuable as well, Mr. Michael. I have seen you today in just a couple of minutes back before we started this show. You were in another show, and you were in another one as well before you connected to that one. So I am sure it's a busy day for you as well. So we have Amit ji as well with us. If he wants to convey a little, maybe 2 or 3 minutes from your end, Amit ji, and then we will go to Michael.
Thank you, great ladies. Thank you. Thank you. A warm welcome to my brother, Michael. Thank you. Warm welcome, wholehearted welcome. There's not a single day passes when we would talk about you. Me and Sartaj also talks about you always. Thanks for giving your valuable time, sir. Thanks, my brother. You see, I will add on a little bit of that. Since the inception of the companies in the world, right from 574 AD, this is the first company, Capgemini. Not a single company thinks about the end user. Not a single company. Today in world, which we have the limited companies, it's 334.34 billion companies in the world, but not is thinking about the end user. It's only the positive soch and the wish and the inheritance that Ash has. Inheritance to uplift to the humanity for the good. It's only on passive. It's only on passive and on passive. It's only on passive and on passive. You see, we will contribute. You have told a very, very good thing. Very good thing. You see, what is the world's economy right now? World's economy is right now is $96.31.4 trillion. $96.31 trillion. But it is projected. It is projected to something $134.95 trillion in just 5 years in 2028. And hopefully the ONPASSIVE is the bigger player in that, changing that economy of the world. Hopefully that ONPASSIVE, hopefully, with a positive hope and positive note that ONPASSIVE is going to change, plays a major, major role because of our technology, because of our human tinge. Once I was talking to 2 years back to this, our CEO, Mohammed Kamal. I have put him a one question only. Mohammed Kamal, what led you to come into this from a nuclear background to the CEO of our company? His answer was short and simple. He said, my brother Amit, just listen to me. This company is made by heart. And this company is for the humans. Uplifting the human. I would like to add on the one, this word to this. Panica for everything. We will be the Excelsior. This is no doubt about that. We will be the Excelsior in the coming years. Excelsior of internet, Excelsior of IT. Definitely. It will be our choice. It will be, as I say, it will be our choice whom will we choose to work with or whom we will not choose to work with. We're talking about the governments and so many governments or any other major players which we have right now. You see, there is not a 100%. It's my certain and sure assurance, and mark my words to each and everyone whosoever. We have a unicorn status right before our commercial launch. And there is not too far when we'll cross that barriers of unicorns, hectacorns, and decacorns. Only one company in the world right now have the decacorn tag. That's the ByteDance from China. That's ByteDance from China, backed by the Chinese government. It's only having the SpaceX and have this decacorn tag. But hectacorn is only one company. That's the ByteDance in China. And we will surpass. Certainly and surely we will surpass that. We will surpass that hectacorn tag. And see the inheritance of the DNA, helping the nature. It was, I have quite repeatedly telling you that, sir, that once 2 years or 3 years back, 2.5 years back, Ash bring his child, Mr. Umar, to the forefront. And what the Ash tells, Umar tells to his Ash, he tells that, Papa, we want to do something for the Michigan homeless people. See the inheritance of the DNAs of helping nature. Papa, we want to do. Papa, I follow you, Ash, I follow you from last 3 years. But you see the inheritance of that helping nature that we are talking about. ONPASSIVE is all about, it will not be a cure. The world will not change, but we'll have a very, very large impact. Very large impact on this humanity. Very large impact. If I am succeed, I'll let another be succeed. We don't have any jealousy. We are like a family. We are like a family over here. ONPASSIVE, we have mattered virtually, but it has given such a close bond to each and with you, with everyone, with Rekhaji, with Mamtaji, with me, with Sartaj, each and everyone from different nook and corners of the world. There is not a single country which ONPASSIVE doesn't have an impact. Still, we are operating in, we have a founders from 211 countries and far off from Leh Ladakh to each and every nook and corner, Papua Guinea, PNG, everywhere, in Jamaica, in Trinidad, in Tobago, in southern Canada, in all over the world we have our founder. So we'll have a very, very good impact on humanity. There's no doubt about that. We are with you. We are we're with the thought of positive thought of Ash. We're with the 100% positive thought of Ash. Serving the humanity. You see, this couple of webinars back, he tells openly on That's On Here that I will meet my founders. They will be the millionaires after 2 years. I will tell you whether they are happy or not. This is the whether they are happy, whether what to do next. They have to do the helping the nature, helping the humanity, helping the downtrodden, helping the homeless, helping the uneducated, giving the clean water to whatever our neighborhood. Afford, as you correctly said, not the palatial houses or not the bungalows, but giving the affordable houses to each and everyone whomsoever we can. Thank you, my brother. Thank you all, great ladies. Thank you. Thank you
so much, Amitji. And yes, technology is getting contagious, right? And on passive, the technology, the mall of technology, why would we not be interested in
I will add little on, if allowed it. You see, we have an O Connect. See the superior edge that we have, Mike. Different 23 another products are in the market right now. And I have used 10 out of them, which are doing this video conferencing tools. But no, not a single product. Not a single product is nearer to us. No, they are just toddlers. It's as says that we are the superior, we are at the top, and we'll create another top. They are just the toddlers. You see social media, we have social media. At present, there are 10 social media networks. But no, definitely for sure, ONET will be the superior. ONET will be laden with the superior features. So is our another product, O Connect, whatsoever, O Connect, O Academy, O Staff, will be the leaders in the non-passive, will be the Excelsiors of the internet. Thank you once again.
Thanks a lot, Amit Bhai. Thank you very much. Last question from my end about we are into the technological world. So in that world, when we are using some applications, my question is, when we are using O Connect in the better and the best version of paid version, are we going to work on the time lag?
Absolutely. We are putting out there the best possible product, period. Right? And we want to make sure that the end user has the most value, right? That is possible, and so obviously, when you have a test version of a product, it's not going to be the same as the commercial version. And when you have that first commercial version, it'll not be the same as the second or third version, right? And that's true for any product, okay? And so we're no different in that regards. The difference, though, is that where we're starting at with our first version is much higher than where most companies come out with, right? And what they start with. We can see, Zoom as an example, when they started, how many users, how many attendees could be on a webinar with that very first version. You understand? Whereas with O Connect, we know the numbers far surpass that. Also in the amount of attendees that one could have. It costs thousands of dollars if you want to have 10,000, attendees. Even for what I was on prior to this, that webinar, we had just over 4,000 were on there, and so imagine, what it costs to have a Zoom platform that can accommodate that. Okay, it's night and day compared to what O Connect will provide. But certainly, as the company comes out with more and more versions, it will improve upon what has gone before it. But we have to start somewhere, right? And we're not going to start, with all the bells and whistles, and otherwise, we're going to be here for some time still. But that's not the case. We want to get a working product out there to the marketplace that will provide the value that will command people's respect, command their trust, right? We want them to like us, to love us, so that they will purchase other products as well. People who love an iPhone, there's a reason why they go buy the 12, the 13, the 4. They keep buying these. They already have a phone that works, but yet they'll go buy the newest version. But the one that you have works. It's doing all that you needed. No, they have to have that. And so that's where we're going. Where O Connect will come out. People will love that version. When the next version come out, people will buy the next version, simply because it's something that they have to have. So we're in a great position, with all of our products. And I'm so proud of what our company has done thus far. And, OnPassive is that company where every single one of us will be proud to say, yes, that is my company. I am in that company. I am one of the founding members as far as the early adapters, with that company. People will want to talk about OnPassive, as opposed to sometimes you join a company and you don't really want to tell people what the name is. You don't really want to tell people who owns the company, all that stuff. Not with OnPassive. OnPassive is something that people will respect you, that you're involved with it. Why? Because of the good that the company and all its founding members will be doing around the world.
Wow, wonderful. And Michael, we are really proud of you, no doubt about it. And my tagline, supremely proud to see Mr. Ash as the head of the family. Over to you.
Not only we, but the whole world is proud of Michael.
I means we. We are the whole world. OnPassive is the whole world.
Yeah, and one thing I like about him is the seriousness.
Yes.
You would
Commitment.
rarely see him smiling. And the passion he holds for OnPassive reflects on every word that he speaks. That's
Yes.
the best part. Thank you so much
So
for
much.
bringing the positivity from the day one you started with OnPassive. Had it been not for all the the leaders like you, the great leaders like you, we would not have been sitting here discussing these things, because we would not have known OnPassive unless you became the strong pillars of OnPassive that has made this OnPassive where we stand today. And Mamta ji, Michael sir, Amit ji, and all those who are watching us, Jenny, Aliva, Roblin live, and everyone those who are watching us, we are so in it to win it. Just one word. Yeah, and Michael, I really would like to request you to keep smiling as well, because you look very handsome when you smile.
Yeah, of course.
Michael,
Yes,
these
of course.
great, Michael, these great ladies are planning you and my meeting from way back 2 months back. 2
Oh,
months back, believe me.
Yes,
2
yes.
months back. 2
2
months
months
back.
back.
And as you do the analogy of the things, I also do the analogy of the things. Let me tell you, I have penned out not the 300 pages. I will publish that book OnPassive at the appropriate time.
Wow.
Definitely,
Excellent.
brother. But these
Excellent,
great
excellent.
ladies are planning your and my meeting. I have seen my poster and I requested for the panel link.
Okay.
They are planning that 2 months back.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, as I am serious about changing people's lives for the
Thank
better.
Wow.
you.
I am serious about that.
Wow.
I'm
Very
not
good.
someone that I have a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong. I have a lot of fun. I enjoy having fun. I enjoy joking, kidding around, all of that stuff.
But when it comes
but I'm not
Yes.
someone that walks around just smiling for smiling's sake. That it just, to me, doesn't make any sense. But if I have a reason to smile, if you give me a reason to smile, I will smile. There's no doubt about that. I will laugh. I love to laugh. Laughter is good.
Wow.
But this is serious business, though, folks. Like it really
Yes,
is.
of course. Yes, of course.
The world needs a positive change.
Yes.
There's just too much nonsense going on.
Really.
And so we have to roll up our sleeves and get serious. And this is why we say we have to respect our business. We have to respect what OnPassive is doing. This is not some fly-by-night opportunity. This is not something that just comes by every so often. This really is a once in a lifetime business. Listen, if we're truthful, we know people don't want to work long hours. Like who does? Who want to go around, week after week, month after month, year after year, you just work and work and work until you die? No one wants that. There's a time and a place for everything, right? And so ONPASSIVE is giving us that back, not just financial freedom, but also time. There are so many people, right? There are many people that actually have financial freedom. Okay, it's not like there's no one is financial. There are lots of people that have financial freedom. Okay, but many of them don't have time freedom. They spend all their hours to make that money, right? So money is no longer an issue for them, but they have to continue to work, continue to put in long hours in order to make that. They don't get to enjoy life. Now, we may see them enjoying life, but that's not what they do on a day-to-day basis. That's not what they do all the time. That's what they do in front of the cameras, right? Because they have to, be perceived a certain way because they're trying to sell something. There's an agenda, right? People are not truly enjoying life as they would like. Now, there are some folks who are. There are some folks who have time freedom, right? I like to think my wife has time freedom, okay? She has a lot more time than I do. You understand? So she has time freedom, right? There are others who have time freedom. So your children is having something at school, you can attend. There's an event for your family, you can attend. You can do all these things with your family. That's time freedom, okay? But ONPASSIVE is giving us not just the financial freedom, but the time freedom that is so needed. Too many people work hard, they succeed in life, but then they die without actually living. And there's a huge difference. And so we want people to be living, enjoying life, okay? Not just walking around like clowns, right? But actually walking around, spending time with their family, building up their family, making their families the pillars of their communities, right? That's something that we need. We need families, okay? Not individuals, but families to be pillars of communities, right? That's what's going to give us that safe environment, okay? So there is so much work to be done, folks. So we have to be serious about the work. But yes, time and a place for everything. So catch me behind the scenes, and we'll tell a joke or two, and and we'll have a good laugh, okay?
Yes.
But there's also time where we have to put the work in and make sure that every single one of us will win. All right?
Yes.
Yes. Why we are winning? Yes.
We have
yes.
to
Stay
join
together.
the hands.
Yes, join the hands, and why we are together. Really, we are going to win because we are one family. We are not an individual. We were working individually and fighting for the, struggling for the winning game. When we have started coming together, we have got this winning game. And of course, I like that example.
It's a winning game, and also there was no security, right? Today we feel secure.
Yeah,
and
too much.
People were being chucked out from the big jobs where, so if something small happened, but today we are in a family where we care for each other. Not only care for each other, we are trying to build and reach out to the billions of hearts worldwide. So that is going to make it a different place to live in altogether. Wow, this is an amazing feeling. Yes.
Rekha ji, have you seen one paradigm shift we have got today? Also, like every day, one paradigm shift. The people were in that mindset that getting a higher position in any company or any institution is the base and is the most highest peak of their life, of the success. Here, our founding position is the main than any of the position in any institute, higher position in any other institute. And I like that. Yes, Amiji.
No, please go on. Carry on.
I like that example that Mr. Michael said, that we are wasting on foolish things.
That's true.
We are wasting, means we are buying this, that in any supermarket, which is not beneficial for our health. Now I will come back to that, the same point with, I will conclude the session with that point and relate it to ONPASSIVE. We are trying to get the success from many other platforms, so many foolish businesses. Organized manipulations are done in the service sector, wrong system. But this is our vitamin. This is our total compact of this a pill. It's a pill of the where you will get the vitamins and the life with the free of bacteria and the viruses, and that is ONPASSIVE.
That's true.
This is our just a vitamin for us. Many things, minerals and everything, we are going to get it. As Mr. Ash said, you are going to go to any supermarket to buy, any mall to buy a single fruit, and you will get the refrigerator, television, bike, mic, everything free. That is what ONPASSIVE is. Just a matter of time, not to focus only on the apples. Of course, it is needed, but not to focus on it and just get it. We are working for we, not for I. We are not that the company, we are uplifting themselves only. The company is not working for the company itself. It is working for entire humanity. And that is the base of the ONPASSIVE. Yes, Rekha ji, this is from my end and we will conclude the session. Over to you.
Just in that context, I'd like to add on. Just in that context. You see, the Michael has talked that so many people have the wealth. Only 5% of the world population, about from 800 billion, have the wealth. Only 85% of the wealth is among the 10 families of the world. Richest 10 families, it's 85% of their holding. And hopefully, with the passage of time, very short span of time, all ONPASSIVEs will be among all those families. 100%.
Yes, thank you, Amit ji. And over to you, Rekha ji. We'll
Yes.
move towards the conclusion of the.
Yes, the vision and the, if we have understood the vision and the one word, which is why the ONPASSIVE has been built, is the value and humanity. Oh, bless. Many of us, I am sure, many of us, one day Mr. Ash also said that people are waiting to bless the people. People are waiting to bless the people because humanity is still there. So we will, let's just try building that world where we all will contribute from our end to bring that humanity to actual phase, not only with the word of mouth, but to work together and do it to get the better result. So we will start that, you and me and everyone, we are connecting to the world. And that is the reason Wake Up Talk Show, you and me connecting together with the world, make sure that we are actually connecting with heart and soul. So the golden words before we end the session from Michael to the world to convey one message that actually needs to bring and enlighten with ONPASSIVE. Over to you, Mike.
Well, I'll just finish by adding on to what Amit has just said about the 5% of the population that has the wealth. So for people who don't understand percent in numbers, we're saying approximately 400 million people have wealth in this world, right? And that sounds like a big number, but it isn't when you think of the 7.6 billion with a B, 7.6 billion people across the world that have no wealth. So where's the fairness in that? Right? Where is the justice in that? Right? How can people actually walk around and be content? Now, if you understand those two numbers, you've got 7.6 billion people, right? So in other words, if you take America out of the world, so there is no America, as in the United States, everyone else in the world have no wealth. The entire population of everyone else, they have no wealth.
100% correct. As an world's economy is $96.51 trillion, America is having the major chunk of that. It is having the $25.27 trillion economy. It is having
Absolutely.
It is
Yes.
having the $27.27 trillion trillion, and Canada is, I think India is at number 5th, and Canada is at number 7th. I think so. Whatever I have read something sometime back. See,
Absolutely. So this is the thing.
we are going to have an enormous amount of impact. Enormous. ONPASSIVE is going to. These two ladies also believe, and we all ONPASSIVE believe that we are going to have an enormous amount of impact on the world's economy. Enormous amount of impact.
Yes.
Absolutely,
Thank you.
my friend. Right. And so this is the thing. You know, when we can see the numbers for what they are, it just shows that there's a massive need around the globe, a massive need, right? Almost every person around the world is in need. That's what it tells us, because a lot of people in America are living on credit, meaning they have a lot of nice
100%.
things, but they really don't own it, right? They're in debt. You take away that paycheck from them and they lose everything. Just one pay, not all their paycheck, just one. Just take one paycheck away and they lose everything. They'll be in bankrupt, right? In bankruptcy, right? So, you know, we have to understand that there is a need, folks. There is not just a need for great products, but there's a need for the infusion of finances, the infusion of dollars in people's pockets so that they can actually live a respectable life. We're not saying for people to walk around as multi-millionaires and all this. We're not saying any of that. We're talking about being able to walk around knowing I can go to bed and sleep at night because I'm not worrying about, you know, rain wetting me up because my roof is leaking, right? Of not knowing where I'm going to lay my head tonight because I'm homeless, right? Of knowing whether, you know, I'm going to be sick because the water I'm drinking is contaminated, right? These are conditions that billions of people, not millions, billions of people are living with today. So something needs to be done. And it's not going to be done by our governments. It's not going to be done by big corporations. It's not going to be done by your boss. It's just not. We have to be able to find a way to uplift ourselves. And this is where ONPASSIVE comes in, a company that will make a difference for not just us, but for the world. But it starts with us, though. We are the starting point, right? We are the early adapters, the foot soldiers that will go out there and ensure that this does take place. It's us. Because if we get the wealth and we keep it to ourselves, we're just going to be like everyone else. And that's not what we're looking for. That's not what the plan is. The plan is to help us fill ourselves, take care of ourselves and our family, and mandatory, we have to. This is why Oh Bless is a big part of ONPASSIVE. We have to make sure that we're doing the right things in our local community and help uplift them, uplift all of us, our brothers and our sisters, because that's what it's all about. Thank you so much, Mamata and Rekha, for having me today. Still working on my voice, but I thank you so much.
One last question to Michael. One last
Thank
question
you.
to Michael.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Yes.
much, Mr. Michael.
One last question to Michael. When he is going to visit India, you will enjoy the special
Yeah, when are you
hospitality.
going to come? Have you ever come to India, Michael? Have you come?
The closest I've been is Turkey. So I've not been to India.
And you have promised
the closest I've been.
You have promised to visit Kashmir also.
I will be in India at some point. That's definite. I will be, and we will get together. Right.
Definitely,
definitely
you.
in India.
Thank you, Amiji. Thank you, Amiji.
So,
And I
thank you,
think
everyone.
Michael needs
Yes,
rest
thank you.
because he
Yes.
has continuously
Yes.
speaking for
Speaking,
about 4
yes,
or 5
yes.
hours now. So
And it was a dedicated morning to
Yes.
Mr. Michael. So we must see to it that he must have some rest now. And we are very thankful to Mr. Michael to be with here and for guidance and support. He is wholeheartedly giving it since long. And we have seen him, we are following him, we are learning from him, we are gaining the knowledge from him. And his total commitment and hard work is the best example in ONPASSIVE company. Thank you
It's
very much,
been more
Michael.
than four,
Thank you.
it's been, I believe, 5 years, and we respect not only your time, but we respect what all you are doing for ONPASSIVE, and that is your name is going to be, you know,
golden words.
the history of ONPASSIVE.
ONPASSIVE.
Michael Williams as well. Wow.
Written with golden words.
Golden words, yes.
And high regards, Michael, really high regards, no doubt about it. Please, thank you very much and keep on supporting like this always. Thank you very much.
Thank you, brother.
Yes,
Thank you, and I hope everybody
brother.
liked the session. Thanks, Mr. Michael Williams, and thank you everyone, those who are watching us. Please, please, please join your hands, be together,
Yes,
and just think about humanity, because that's highly required as of today. So thank you, everyone. Nice having you all, and take care, and bye-bye, everyone.
Take care, stay
Thank you, brother.
tuned. We
Thank
are
you,
so
thank you.
in it
Very
to
good
win
day. Very
it.
good day.
We are so